Hello and welcome to this new video on iBase Designer. My name is Jean-Jérôme and I'm part of the i2 support team. In this series of video, I will show you how to install, set up and use iBase Designer. So the first question is, where can you see the release notes and the information on iBase? So if you go to the i2 group website, which is i2group.com website, you go under Solutions, and you do have iBase, and under iBase you do have latest versions, and you do have the version which is currently 10.0.0. We are in early March, and we do have version 9.2.1 and 9.1.2. So if you go on version 10.0.0, you do have the documentation, release notes, and fixpack. So let's start with the release notes. Release notes, it shows you the important notice, which is the new features, and so lots of new features on the iBase 10, and the comparison of version by version comparison with the new functions and the thing which were dropped. For example, the support for Esri ArcGIS 10.8.2. The support was removed in version 10 from version 9.2.1, and we do have fixes and known issues, known information, system requirements, and prerequisites. We'll go through the prerequisite later in this video. Supported software, supported database, version of supported SQL Server, and version of the GIS softwares, and so on. Okay, so you can read everything about the iBase 10 release notes on the i2 group. And if you want to look for the release notes on the previous version, for example 9.2.1, you go here, you click again on release notes, and you do have 9.2.1. And if I go back and want to see the documentation for version 10, I go here, I go on documentation, and I do have the iBase 10 documentation, and you can read through the previous versions documentation. The next question you will have, or you probably have, is where do I download iBase? To download iBase, you must go on your i2 group box folder. You should have received a link to this folder. So this is an example. Of course, I will hide the exact URL. And so here, this is an example of what the user will see. And you see that you should have the iBase 10 folder. So if you click here, then under this one, you do have the iBase 10.0.0 full.zip. And you also have here 10.0.0 fixpack 1, and you have iBase ArcGIS or ArcGIS Pro add-in. Depending on when you will see the video, of course the numbers might have changed. Currently is the 3rd of March. New version of iBase should be released soon. So again, the version numbers, the size will change, but you should go to your i2 group box folder to download the file. So you just download the zip file here, and if there are fixpack, you must download the fixpack. If there is more than one fixpack, for example, let's say you have fixpack 1, 2, 3, the latest version, the latest fixpack, contains all the fixes from the previous fixes. So if you have fixpack 1, 2, 3, fixpack 3 will contain the fixes of fixpack 1 and also the fixes of fixpack 2. So you just go to your i2 group box folder, you click here on download. So my OS is in French, so I do have télécharger, but you will have download, and you just download the file. And you put it on your computer. Now, what are the prerequisites for iBase 10? So if I go back to the support.i2group.com/s/iBase, so here I do have iBase 10.0.0, I do on release notes, scroll down, and there are the prerequisites. So prerequisites, so let's go through each one of them. So we'll start by installing the Microsoft 365 Access Runtime Redistributable. You see that this one here, you can either take this one, or you can also take the Microsoft Access 64-bit from a supported version of Microsoft Office. And you can also use the Microsoft Access Database Engine 2016 64-bit version. While it says that it's not a prerequisite, you still can use this one instead of this one, but this one is recommended. So let's take this one, Control C, I go here, and so Microsoft Access. Okay, so let's change the language from Arabic to English. Then I can download the 64-bit version. Okay, so the next prerequisites is, let's go down, prerequisite, it's the Microsoft .NET Framework 4.7.2, but we can get the 4.8. So let's go here and we'll do 4.8 download. Okay, it's from the Microsoft .NET website. Okay, runtime .NET Framework 4.8 runtime, good. Okay. Okay, so it looks like the framework 4.8 is already installed on this computer. So let's close it. If it's not, then you must install the .NET Framework 4.8. So let's close this one, or let's minimize it, sorry. Let's go back to the prerequisites. So this is all we need. Okay, so we can try to install iBase 10.0.0. Okay, let's go. We go to, so I put it on this and temp. Then I already unzipped it. Okay, and I will launch the setup.exe. Okay, so my install shield is in French because my OS is in French, my Windows is in French, but yours will be in your own language. Next, license agreement, I accept. Next, I confirm that I understood and I will configure licenses. Because one of the changes of the iBase 10 is the use of licenses compared to iBase version 9. Something. Okay, next I will select the language of the product, so I will use English, not French, to be easier for the English tutorial. Next, you can change the default install folder. I will keep it as C program files i2 iBase 10. Next, I will do a custom, and so what I will do is that I will install the designer plus all the reference material. So I will install this. I will install the server. The server will be used for the Search 360, and I will install some extended features. So I will install the extended coordinate 1. I will install the JS interface. I will install the ArcGIS. Plate analysis, no. Tools, yes. Scheduler, yes. And chart item extractor, yes. Okay, next, install, and normal Windows install. It tells me that the iBase scheduler service will not start. This service must be configured to use the corresponding account. Okay. Okay, and iBase has been installed. So finish. So it's telling me that I must restart my computer, which I will do right now. Okay, I've restarted my computer, so now I can go and look for iBase. So I do have iBase Designer, unfold, and I will put on my desktop, I will put iBase, and I will put also iBase Designer. Okay. Now I can launch iBase Designer. Okay, so here I do have the options on how to activate my license. I can activate it later, or I can enter a license key, I can install a license file, I can connect to a license server, or I can connect to an event license server. I will use this option, or I can also activate later. This is not always available, so I will connect to an event license server. Here it asks me for a registration token, which I will copy. Of course, I will hide it to not make it public. I click on Activate Now, and the activation is successful, which means that you can now use iBase User and iBase Designer on your computer. What we can do now to check that everything is working correctly is to open or to install the example database which comes with iBase, which is called the user guide. So if you go on the Start menu, here you go under iBase, you unfold, and you do have the iBase user guide database. So if I click here, it will install the user guide, and it will open iBase with this example database. Okay, so you do have the username, sysadmin, and the password is the same, so the password is also sysadmin in all uppercase. And we do have the records, so let's go on persons, records. Yeah, I do have the information. So of course this database is an example database. It doesn't include any sensitive information. They are just fake people, fake information. And let's close it. File, close. Yes. And we can open it in iBase Designer. So if I go on File, User Guide, let's open it. Again, password is sysadmin in all uppercase. And we do have the information again. This is perfect. There are some problems with the icons. We will see this later on. This is the end of part 1 of the iBase Designer tutorial. And on next video, we will see how we can create a new database. Thank you. Bye.